Two leading names in fiber internet. One big question. Which one really delivers? On the left, AT&T Fiber, reliable and ultra-fast with nationwide coverage. And on the right, Frontier, blazing speeds and best fiber value. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. All right, before we get too deep, let me show you what we're going to tackle. Imagine a mind map, right? We're covering price and value, top speeds, coverage and availability, data caps, customer satisfaction, security and features, and reliability and uptime for businesses. Basically, if you care about it, we're talking about it. Okay, first up, let's talk money. AT&T Fiber kicks things off at $55 a month for their fiber plans, which is decent, and there aren't any sneaky equipment fees lurking around. But if you're hungry for those multi-gig speeds, yeah, the price bumps up, and honestly, it's not the cheapest on the market. Now, Frontier steps in with a huge value proposition. Their fiber starts at like $29.99 a month. Pretty wild, right? And if you want to max out that speed, their multi-gig pricing is super competitive. Plus, they throw in free expert installation, which is pretty sweet. One catch? If you don't do autopay or paperless billing, you gotta watch out for some extra fees. Still, price battle? Frontier takes the win here just based on value. Next, let's zoom into pure speed. AT&T boasts up to 5 gigabits per second downloads, which, yeah, for most people is already insane. But pause for a sec. Not every neighborhood's going to get those top speeds, especially if you're not in a major city. Now, Frontier? Oh, and here's something cool. They're pushing up to 7 gigabits per second. That's basically the Ferrari of home internet right now. Multi-gig plans aren't everywhere, so you do got to check your location. But still, on paper, Frontier takes the speed crown. Let's talk about where these actually work. AT&T Fiber is everywhere. Well, almost. Their national footprint is huge. You're way more likely to see them offered, especially if you're not living smack in the middle of a big city. Sometimes fiber is limited in super rural areas, but overall, you get way more options. Frontier, they've been expanding, especially in cities and some suburbs, but honestly, compared to AT&T, their coverage is much smaller. If you want more availability, AT&T wins the coverage battle hands down. Oh, and did you clock this? Frontier's multi-gig fiber can go all the way up to 7 gigabits per second. That's like almost science fiction speeds. Not every provider can say that. Now, what about data caps? Super annoying when you hit these, right? Luckily, AT&T fiber plans have no caps at all, which is awesome. But if you're stuck on an older, non-fiber option, yeah, there are some limits. But Frontier? They straight up offer no data caps on any plan. So you can stream, game, binge, whatever. No worries at all. So in the data cap smackdown, Frontier just edges it out. All right, customer satisfaction. AT&T's reputation here is actually pretty solid. They get higher ratings, and folks usually call them reliable with decent support. Not much to complain about, honestly. Frontier. Well, it's kind of a mixed bag. People love the low prices, but when it comes to satisfaction surveys, they don't score quite as high. For happy customers, AT&T keeps its edge. Security and features. Here we go. AT&T packs in the Active Armor Protection, which is like automatic shield for your internet. Plus, they toss in Wi-Fi extenders if you need them, which is legitimately useful. Some features do need a little setup, like app activation, but it's not a big deal. Frontier focuses on easy installs, and that's nice, but they don't really give you as much built-in security stuff. So, for all those handy extras, AT&T wins here. Last stop, business reliability. AT&T offers a 99.95% SLA for business connections, which is pretty strong, but actually just a notch below Frontier. Because Frontier steps in with a 99.99% SLA for their dedicated business fiber. Yes, it's more of a technical thing, but if you're running a business and uptime is everything, that little difference can matter. Surprise! Frontier steals this round on max reliability. So, looking at our full score radar, Frontier really dominates in price, top speeds, data caps, and business reliability, if you're in their service area. AT&T leads in coverage, customer satisfaction, and those slick extra features. Pretty close in some areas, totally different in others. All right, time for some real talk. If you want to make sure you can actually get fiber and want dependable service, plus you care about customer support, AT&T Fiber is probably your safest bet. But if you live somewhere that Frontier offers fiber, honestly, that combo of speed and lower prices is hard to beat. Both winners in their own ways, but that's how I'd break it down. Got a burning question about internet gear or your next ISP? Stick around because we've got even more fiber matchups coming soon. Don't miss